Hello, Namaskar and Abab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. One thing that we all look forward to is the Dasha of a benefic planet. Especially if we are going through a Dasha which is a tough Dasha from our point of view, and say the Dasha of a Jupiter or a Dasha of a Venus is upon us, and we think that the planet is strongly placed, it's a Yoga Karaka or even the Lagna Lord, and especially if it is the 10th Lord for example, or the 2nd Lord or even the 11th Lord, then we think or we look forward that we may get very good results from the Dasha of that particular planet. And when the Dasha is upon us, we then expect a magic wand to be used by the planet and everything becomes hunky-dory. More money comes in, prosperity comes in, growth comes in, your reputation is enhanced, you are more valued, you are more happy in your life. We expect that during the Dasha of a benefic, a strong benefic, everything will turn right and the money, the moolah will flow in and prosperity will be something will touch our feet. But does that always happen? Does it? How many of us have had a great Venus Dasha? How many of us had a great Jupiter Dasha? How many of us had a great Sun Dasha? Or how many of us have had a great Moon Dasha if Moon is very strong in our horoscopes? So why is it that sometimes the planet's Dasha does not turn out to be the kind that we are expecting? In spite of it being the Lagna Lord, in spite of it probably being a benefic or being a strong Yoga Karaka, and promising us very good things because of the houses they rule. For example, if you look at a Taurus ascendant native, for a Taurus ascendant native, Saturn is a very strong Yoga Karaka because Saturn rules the 9th house and the 10th house, two of the most strong and prosperity bringing planets and a growth oriented planets, houses for you, and Saturn ruling those two houses, the 9th house and the 10th house. During the Dasha of Saturn, for a Taurus ascendant natives, the money should be raining, growth should be there, foreign journey should happen, prosperity should come in, abundance should be coming in, stability should be there, steadiness and career should be there. Everything should fall in line. But does a Saturn Dasha for all Taurus ascendant natives bring in abundance, growth, prosperity, riches, enhanced reputation, maybe a promotion? Does it? Of course not. According to my experience, out of 10 people, for just 1 or 2 people of a Taurus ascendant nativity will the Saturn Dasha bring a lot of goodness for you without any challenges or issues. Even the most good Saturn Dashas for a Taurus ascendant native has brought in at least 2 to 3 very serious situations in their lives, and sometimes worse situations than even the Venus Dasha would bring in. Even the Venus is debilitated trait for a Taurus ascendant native, even when Saturn is very strongly placed. For example, for a Taurus ascendant native, if Saturn is in the own sign in the 10th house, then it's very strongly placed, and then the Dasha of Saturn should do very well for you. Then yet it does not always happen. The main reason that the Dasha of even a planet which promises that it should, because of virtue of being a strong planet, a exalted planet, a Yoga Karaka for you, or a friendly planet to the Lagna Lord, yet it may not bring that kind of results that you expect. One reason is that the planet's characteristics is something, the planet's behavior and attitude is something which you have misread, and you have not acted in the line of what will please the planet, keep the planet on your side. What do you mean by that? Firstly, how does a planet behave for you during its Antardasha and its Dasha? Especially during its Dasha, a planet behaves in 3 roles and 3 key roles, and please note it, very strong point. Many astrologers may not be able to tell this to you, and this is the secret of planets, how they manifest to you in the Dasha. A planet will behave with you in its Dasha, especially during its Dasha or to an extent its Antardasha, as a teacher, as a father, and as a boss. A planet will never behave with you as a friend. It will never behave with you as a mother. It will never behave with you as a child. The planet role plays only 3 roles. Any planet, some to a larger extent, some to a lesser extent. However, every planet plays 3 roles for you. The roles are that of a teacher, the role of a father, and the role of a boss. And in any situation during the Dasha, these are the 3 faces or attributes or manifestations or characteristics or attitude of the planet that you will be able to see. So, what does the teacher do? How does the teacher behave with you? The teacher is expecting from you that you will work hard in the subject that he teaches you. So, a maths teacher would want you to do well in all the subjects and work hard. However, the maths teacher would want to see more application from you during her class or his class, and would want you to work hard, would want you to answer questions if the questions is posed to you during his or her class, during the maths teacher's class. They would want you to score good marks so that they are made to see good in front of the principal or the dean of the university or the school. And the teacher would expect that during her class you behave very well. So the teacher is looking for marks that you score, attitude that the teacher wants to see. That is the dedication that the teacher wants to see. If you don't do well, then what will the teacher do? The teacher may give you a chance, may try and put some effort on you. However, if the teacher sees that you are still not applying yourself, you are not working hard, the teacher may reprimand you, may give you less marks, may call your parents to talk to her or him during the parent-teachers meeting, and may even recommend a demotion for you, or that you don't be promoted in her subject or during that standard. May even want to fail you if the teacher thinks that you don't deserve. So the teacher will give you a lot of chances, will work hard with you, may spend time with you, may take special classes for you, but to that limited extent the teacher will apply and help you. However, the teacher may not be able to promote you on the basis of just her marks or her subject. But the teacher will praise you if you do very well, will recognize you, may want all the students to clap for you, may give you a star if you are in lower classes, you get a star on your hand or on the cheeks. However, in some countries the teacher may even slap you. In some maybe Western countries capital punishment is not allowed, but in India in a lot of schools, even in the metro cities, but more often in smaller towns and in villages, the teacher may give you a whack if the teacher is not happy with you. So the planet, if the planet is playing the role for teacher, will teach you a lesson if you misbehave, if you don't apply, and if you don't stand up to the values that the teacher wants you to demonstrate in the class around her subject, her or his subject. So that is the role of the planet. The planet will give you during its dasha an opportunity also, but will also check on your application and also check on whether you are somebody who has worked hard. If a teacher feels that you have worked very hard during the entire year, during the exam if you have scored less and the teacher knows you have applied, the teacher may still give you some grace marks, may still pass you, and may tell your parents that this time I am giving the student 1 or 2 grace marks because I know he is a hard working student, I don't know what happened to him, but next time I may not give him those grace marks. So you better work very hard. That's the approach of a teacher, to give you the chance to work with you, to give you opportunities as well, but to reprimand you also and fail you also, maybe make you stand up in class on the bench, give you a note, give you a remark in your class diary. All that the teacher may also do, because of which you may face tough situation at home, because your parents may not like it and you may be punished hard at home also. What does the father do? The father will not mollycoddle you so much. The father is not all mushy and lovey-dovey and cuddling with you as much as the mother. The father of course loves you a lot and to an extent will do all that for you with you. However, the father also has a keen eye on you, especially if the mother complains to the father and tells him that the child is not doing very well, then the father will also keep an eye on you and a keener eye on you. Mother may still be more graceful with you, may also be less reprimanding on you, but the father may seldom get angry on you, but when the father gets angry on you, you better watch out. The back that a father can give you, nobody else can give that back to you. And the relationship with the father is most critical, because father also is represented by the son. So if you don't do very well in around your life, father is looking at every aspect of your life. The father is looking at how you are at school, how you are at home, how are you with friends, whether you are having good habits or not, whether you help in the house or not, whether you help the mother or the father in terms of when it is needed. Do you run errands for the mother or for the father? When you are asked to, how do your teachers talk about you? How does society talk about you? How do father's friends talk about you after the interaction with you? The father is looking at all-round behavior, is looking at the values that the father represents and the household represents, and whether you are demonstrating those values or not, and whether you are applying yourself at school or not, whether you are applying yourself at sports or not. Father also wants you to do sports. Mother may also want you to do sports, but more get into some creative things also. But father also wants you to be tough. Father wants you to be somebody who's principled, who carries the values and will not bring disrespect or disrepute to the family. And if you fail there, then the father will come down heavily on you, may not talk to you, may throw you out of the house also if needed, and may stop your pocket money, may ground you and may whack you also. So the father's punishment could be the most stringent or strict punishment that you get. So the planet during its dasha may also come down on you strongly, hard, like a father will reprimand you, and the planet is looking at all-round behavior from an ethics point of view that you have done before the dasha is upon you, to treat you or to give you the fruits of your labor before the dasha has come. So during the dasha, the teacher, the father and the boss gives you payback time. So during the entire dasha, they will pay you back for the antardashas of the planet which has come before, and during the entire dasha, opportunities keep being given to you, but the planet also keeps reprimanding you or coming down on you, or will give you the fruits of your labor, or will appreciate you and will reward you like a teacher, like a father and like a boss. And that's why before the dasha or antardasha of the planet, you need to be more careful. Especially before the dasha of the planet, during all the antardashas, you need to behave in the direction of what the planet expects you to behave. Especially if the dasha, if the planet is a stronger yoga karaka for you, or a lagna lot for you, or rules the kendra houses, then you are expecting good results out of the dasha of the planet. But if you have not prepared yourself very well during the previous antardashas, you have not acted generally throughout your life, but strongly during the antardasha, the planet keeps checking on you, because the planet is active, and during the dasha it will give you back. And if during the dasha of Venus, in the previous antardashas of Venus, if you have not done well, if you have not shown hygiene, if you have not maintained character, you have not worked on the artistic side of you, you have not worked hard on how you speak, what your personality is, how you represent yourself with poise, with sophistication, with dignity, with hygiene, looking good, taking care of yourself, using nice language, dealing well with the opposite gender. If all that you have not done well, if you have not taken care of things that have been given to you, if an iPad is given to you, if a phone is given to you, you have a car, if you have not taken proper care of them and you have mishandled them, mistreated them, then during the dasha of Venus, relationships, material possessions, respect from the other gender, or issues of the other with the other gender, all may show its face. Venus will pull you up and may take you to task during that time. So each planet will definitely act in the line of what behavior or attitude it represents. And that's why one has to be very, very careful before the dasha of a planet is upon you, especially the important planets, prosperity bringing planets like Jupiter or Venus or Moon, or the punishing planets like a Saturn or a Ketu, or an opportunity giving planet like a Mercury, and a leadership bringing planet like the sun, for example. So each planet brings with it strong energy of what they represent, what characteristics they have, and what they can bless you with, and what they can give you and reward you with. So if you have not worked in the direction of that planet, then the planet will not reward you but will punish you. How does the boss act with you? The boss wants you to work hard throughout the year. The boss wants you to represent a good face of the department that you are in. If you are in operations and you work, your boss will want you, if the boss is the head of the department, then the boss wants you to always stand up for the department, ensure that the operations is done well, the execution is done well, it is done on time, you are punctual at work, you don't fall back on your work, you are well prepared for presentations, your data is intact or accurate, there is no fudging of data, there is no unethical things that you do, and you are present for all the meetings, you act on all the minutes of the meeting. So in almost every aspect, the boss related to his department, he has an eye on you and he wants results. If you do everything but the results are not there, then you are in a tough corner, tough spot with your boss. If you work very hard and if for one quarter you don't perform, still the boss will reprimand you and pull you up, but may still give you a chance. After talking to you, sitting down and giving you some dressing down, but also telling you that this is a warning, but you have worked very hard, I understand that. If not in this quarter, I want you to do very well in the next quarter. But there will also be a warning from the boss. If you don't do very well in the second quarter as well, then I may not be able to hold my hand back. I may have to take a decision on you, which could go south also. That means which could pull you down also. So then you get scared. So a planet is also, I will also act like a boss. It will look at you keenly, sharply, whether you're working in the direction of the characteristics and attributes that the planet represents. So if the Saturn Dasha is going to come upon you, during all the Antardashas, Saturn is taking notes. Whether you are diligent, you are punctual, you are committed, you are loyal, you are ethical, you follow all the rules, you respect authority, you respect your seniors, you work on your relation with your bosses, with the managers, on your colleagues, you treat people very well who work below you, whether the person is your among from your team, or people who is your domestic maid, or one who is your cook, or your security guard, or your driver, all those people who work for you. If you don't, whether you treat them well or not. Saturn was looking at all these aspects as a boss, and then it will take a call on you during its Dasha and will reward you accordingly. So in the first few years of Saturn, if in the previous Antardashas of Saturn, if you have not behaved well, in the first 1 or 2 years, you will find that the payback has already been given to you. Yet, you will also get opportunities, maybe in some other organization, with some other boss. Opportunities will keep being given to you. However, there will be less fruits of your labor, there will be less rewards, and more reprimanding may happen to you during most of the Saturn Dasha. If during the Antardashas of Saturn, which have come before the Saturn Dasha, you have not worked sincerely, dedicatedly, committedly, and ethically. If in the first 2-3 years of Saturn Dasha, for example, if you have worked hard diligently, Saturn may still punish you, but may keep giving you an opportunity. But the opportunities will bring less rewards and more punishments, more payback. If all the earlier Antardashas, you have not kept your good behavior and committed behavior. So for each planet, before the Dasha of the planet is upon you, you need to understand what are the characteristics of a planet, how the planet will behave as a teacher, as a father, and as a boss, and accordingly you need to prepare. So if, for example, if the Dasha of Moon is upon you, what does the Moon represent? Moon represents the softer aspects, the nicer aspect, the mushier aspect, the caring, the supporting aspects, and the behavior is also about supporting and caring and being of empathetic character with others. So during the Dasha, Moon will also emotionally completely pull you down, may make you sad and depressed. If in early Antardashas of Moon, you have not been supportive, you have not been caring, you have not been empathetic and understanding with your other relations, with your spouse, with your parents, with your friends, with your colleagues, with the people who work under you, If you have not been caring, you have not been supportive, you have not been understanding, if you have not been empathetic, then moon will put you in turmoil. Moon will completely take you off. You will be happier less of the time. Most of the time you may be emotionally disturbed. You may be frustrated. You may be anxious most of the time. Mother's health may be under duress also. How people see you, how friends see you, how your loved ones see you especially, may come under cloud also during the moon's dasha. During the sun's dasha, for example, sun being the leader, the representative of authority, as a teacher, as a father and as a boss, the sun will expect you in the antardashas to be someone who will always keep their reputation intact, will work for the self-respect, will not be arrogant, will not be bossy, but will be true leader, will always step forward for the hard task to be done, will not shy away from taking responsibility. Responsibility is an accountability, is the hallmark of a strong sun. If you have not done that, then during the sun dasha, sun will make you accountable. Sun will reprimand you from not having taken accountability earlier, not having taken responsibility earlier. Sun will make you feel responsible, will make you feel accountable, and everything that you have not accounted for, you have gotten away, sun will punish you there. So your reputation in the sun dasha will be under stake. First thing the sun dasha hits upon you is your reputation, your character, how others see you, and what is your respect in society. And certain situations sun will reprimand you so hard that your reputation is shattered, your self-confidence is shattered, your motivation is shattered, you start to doubt yourself, you have less confidence on yourself, and leadership positions don't come to you, authority doesn't come to you. In fact, whatever authority is around you, that authority doesn't support you, pulls you down and reprimands you and punishes you. So at work, bosses will give you a tough time. In your domestic life, your father, your older uncles, or those people who are elder in your family, they may not have the best of things to talk to you. They may look at you more keenly, they may pull you down, they may question your character, they may question your authority also. So sun dasha will definitely treat you that way. So before the sun dasha is upon you, during the antardashas of the sun, always take accountability, always take responsibility, always put your best foot forward. Whenever the chance of doing something is there to take the leadership role, don't shy away from it, especially if the tasks are tough. And keep your self-respect intact. Don't bend for promotions. Don't bootlick just because you want some material benefits from someone, or you want to keep your boss happy. You can keep your boss happy by working very hard, by giving results, yet keeping your self-respect intact, but not being arrogant. Sun expects you to draw the line between self-respect and arrogance and not cross that line. So the best way to be prepared for the sun dasha is to ensure that you are accountable, you take responsibility, you work on your self-respect, you don't do anything unethical, because of which your reputation and your character may be put into question during the sun dasha, and all leadership role, all leadership that you have in your life or at work may be taken away from you. Leadership at home is where your children listen to you, your spouse listens to you, gives you a keen ear, gives and understands you. During the sun dasha, if you have not worked hard on your relationship before, the spouse will not listen to you. Spouse will not be ready to do anything for you. Children will question your authority. Children may answer you back. So if you are running a bad dasha of a planet, look back on your life and where you may have gone wrong in the characteristics and the expectation of the planet around you, and how the planet is behaving like a son, like a father, like a teacher and the boss. During the Mercury dasha, for example, Mercury will throw you up opportunities of analysis and will make you take hard choices. If you have not worked harder and worked on the choices that were given to you during the Mercury Antardasha, and you have not made ethical choices, if you have made choices which in the short run help you score marks, score materialistically but not ethically, and not the right choices, then during the Mercury Dasha, those choices may come back to haunt you. For example, when during the Mercury Antardasha, if you are passed out of college, say for example MBA, and your friends tell you that let's all get together and run a business, a startup. Initial 2-3 years may be tough for us, but later on we know this thing may do very well. The idea is very good, so join us. But on the other hand, you have a very lucrative offer from a very good multinational company with good job, good opportunities to grow, good salary, everything is good. And then you are in this tough situation. What do I do? And if you take up the more lucrative offer, you don't go with friends, you don't look at taking risks, and later on when you come to the Mercury and the Antardasha, you realize probably the friends who are talking about the startup, they are doing very well, and you are in this job where the designation may be good, the money may be good, the brand may be good, but you're not so very happy at work. Your relationship with the boss may not be very good, and that during the Mercury, the Dasha, during the Dasha of Mercury, it may snowball hard. It will hit you in the face hard, and that's when you will start questioning around your analytical skills, around your decision making skills, whether you made the right choices or not in life. So if the right choices have not been made, keeping in mind not materialistic aspects, but aspects of the overall nature of life, to be supportive, to take risks, calculated risks, but where relationships are kept in mind, where ethics are kept in mind, where values are kept in mind, rather than only money or only scoring over others, then the Mercury Dasha will treat you very well and will reward you like a father would reward you for right choices by patting you on the back, be proud of you, talk about you in front of others. The boss will give you a promotion, may talk about you, may recognize you, may write a letter of appreciation for you. If the Mercury, during the Mercury Dasha, if you have done the right things. So, best preparation for Mercury Dasha, keep making the right choices, the right analytical choices, which are based less on materialistic things, but more on decisions where you can contribute more. Okay, be of service more. Why? Because Mercury also rules the 6th house of service. Wherever your decisions are around, I want to serve more, I want to give back to society more, I want to do well for others, I want to lead a life where I can make something more for others, then during the Mercury Dasha, you will be rewarded more. If during the Antardashas of Jupiter, for example, you have not been somebody who has been a person who has always taken the right learning from teachers, you have not been a learner, you have not been somebody who has his eyes and heart open to grow, to also seek wisdom, to look up to people who are wise, to look up to your teachers, to imbibe values from them, to correct your mistakes, to keep churning and making your character better and better, to keep working on your character, to being religious about your nature, about how you carry yourself, working hard on your studies, being a student rather than being arrogant, especially not being arrogant about about your learning. If you are good at your subject, being proud or arrogant about the learning that you have, the knowledge that you have over others, will spoil your Jupiter. So if you spoil the planet during the Antardashas, then of course it's going to be a challenge. And with Jupiter, one of the other things which Jupiter Dasha will do, if during the Antardashas you have not been somebody who has been large-hearted, where you have given freely, you have given more, from what the others deserve, or at least giving them accurately to what they deserve. So to be on the safe side, during the Antardashas, always give a little more than what the person expects or deserves. So to the driver, give slightly more salaries, reward them slightly more, take slightly better care of them during and during the festival time, when they expect some favors from you, some rewards from you. Always give slightly more during the Jupiter Antardasha. As a way of life, if you do it throughout your life, best. But especially if you do that more during the Antardashas, where you have large-hearted, where you take wise counsel, where you take the wise counsel of others, you learn more, you're more of a student, you imbibe the values that you learn from your teachers, from your parents, and use those values to take more wise decisions in your life, and to be large-hearted and to give more than you expect. and always to look up to your teachers, look up to people who are wiser than you, look up to people who are good at work from you, learn from them, approach them to learn from them, ask them for a favor to teach you. Then during the Jupiter and the Dasha, you will be rewarded with large-heartedness of others. What will a large-hearted father do? He will buy you a new car, he may give you more pocket money, he may give you those goodies that you want from him, because he probably brings the moolah home, and he may even send you for a holiday, big holiday, world tour and something else, if he is very, very happy with you. So the large-heartedness of Jupiter will come through during the Dasha. If during the Antardashas of Jupiter you have been somebody who has also been large-hearted, wise, kind, and a learner. Then during the Dasha of Rahu, during the Dasha of Rahu, what does Rahu look at? What will the smart teacher do with you? A manipulative, a tactful teacher do with you? If you have worked hard on the subject, then good, the teacher may reward you and give you much more than what you expect, much bigger marks. For example, we give a test and we think we may pass, and then suddenly we find that we have got 10-15 more marks. That is the Rahu Dasha that can give you, where you get much more than you deserve. But if during the Antardashas of Rahu, you have not been somebody who have cheated, somebody who have not manipulated, somebody who have not been doing the wrong decisions because of being too tactful, not raising your voice because you want to be in the good books of somebody. If you have become a manipulative, a slimy Rahu during the Antardashas of Rahu, then during the Dasha of Rahu, the Rahu will pay you back. Somebody else will cheat you, somebody else will be more manipulative on you, somebody else will talk behind your back, take away your position. You could lose your money. Suddenly the documentation that you have signed earlier, there will be flaws in that. The agreements that you have signed, you will find there are shortcomings in those agreements, and suddenly court notices, lawyers notices, all will come back to haunt you, to pull you down. If you have not been ethical in your relationships during the Antardasha of Rahu, you have cheated on your spouse, you have lied to your spouse, you have manipulated your spouse and emotionally, financially, then during the Dasha of Rahu, first thing that will happen the relationship will be under duress. The spouse will not keep you in her loop. She may not tell you, or he may not tell you the decision they are taking. They may not depend on you for wise counsel, for your advice. They may emotionally depend on somebody else, and they may also push the boundaries of ethics where the relationship is concerned. If you have not been on your best of behavior, ethical behavior during the Antardasha of Rahu, if you have not been somebody who have tried to think out of the box, who have tried to take chances, who have tried to think creatively, which Rahu brings in the radical energy, during the Antardasha, if you have not done that, then during the Rahu Dasha, you will be forced to think out of the box, because the challenges are so much upon you, the problems are so much upon you, that the matter of fact or the general things that you do in life may not work. More creative, out of the box solutions may work for you. For example, if you are working in finance and accounts, and if you have a problem in your job related to finance, accounts, the right positions are not coming up and you don't have a job, then Rahu will force you to take more menial jobs, or jobs maybe in a BP or a call center. Not that they are demeaning, but they are definitely not from your qualification, your experience. So you will have to take that thing for a stopgap arrangement to work tactfully, so that the kitchen fires is burning till you get another opportunity. So Rahu will hit back on you from an ethical point of view, tactful point of view, manipulative point of view, people working behind your back. If during the Antardasha of Rahu you have not acted diligently, you have not acted ethically, you have become more manipulative and unethical, tactful, slimy. So be very, very careful during the Rahu Antardashas what energies you are creating, because Rahu Dasha can be a complete demolisher for you in terms of how what things happen. You don't understand what hit you, problems keep coming back from all sides, like a teacher, like a father and the boss, all out to get you. Rahu can pull you down drastically. So be very, very careful during the Rahu Antardashas, that you don't come across as manipulative or working behind your back, talking behind people's back, not scheming or being slimy behind people's back. If you do that, then the Rahu Dasha will definitely show you. How do you prepare for the Ketu Dasha? The best way to prepare for a Ketu Dasha is to understand what energies does Ketu represent. Ketu represents negation, giving off, letting go of, and not working for yourself but working for others in the direction of, or keeping your life dedicated for others. It is looking for salvation, it is looking for moksha, it is like giving up everything for yourself and doing for others, being of service for others, raising your yourself spiritually, raising your soul spiritually, so that your soul rises and gets emancipated. And so the best way to work towards the Ketu Dasha is during the Antardashas of Ketu to don't look at yourself, not work for yourself, but work for people who you're responsible for. Work for your spouse, work for your family, work for the society, work for your neighborhood, work for the industry that you are in. If you are in medicine, work so that the lives of others are improved. If you are in the manufacturing, work on creating products that will be better and improve people's lives. So always look at it from that point of view. Don't look at, if you are in manufacturing industry, don't look that I'm manufacturing products so that I can buy that car, I can buy that house, I can lead a comfortable life. Look at it from a service point of view. If you think you can work in a company or in an industry where you can serve better, even if you get less, do that during the Ketu Antardashas. Don't shy away from taking those decisions where you help others and live for others more rather than yourself. Then during the Ketu Dasha, Ketu will be less reprimanding on you, less coming down hard on you, because Ketu will make you pay for everything. Some Ketu Dashas have made people lose everything. I have seen people lose their relationships, children have moved away from them, children have stopped talking to them, they have lost their jobs, they have lost their reputation, they have lost all their savings, they have become complete losers. Means they have nothing that they can call their own, or say with a lot of pride that this at least is still with me, my spouse still stands by me, my children still stand by me, support me, or my bosses still love me, and and they like me, or I still have that authority and I still have that designation at work. Ketu will make use of everything. If during Ketu Antardasha you have been selfish, you have been greedy, and you have played more of a Rahu character rather than a giving character, rather than a more spiritual character, rather than depending on the supreme energy for what he will reward you, but for you to do your karma, because Ketu Dasha is a very karmic one. Because Ketu is a dhwaja which you have already achieved in your previous life, and this life is in that direction, in the areas of that house or that sign you have to do for others rather than for yourself.
Now, what is the Mars Dasha about? Mars Dasha is about energy, about the go-getting spirit, about achievements, about fighting for what is your goal, what is your target, what is a milestone in life, or what is the target or goal or milestone given to you by either your teachers, or given by your father, or given by your bosses, your company, or by your role, your authority, your responsibility. So Mars expects you during its Antardasha to have a spirit of go-getting, not shying away from standing up for what you believe in, not running away from your responsibilities, not running away from achieving what you have been given as a target to achieve. If you are in school, then during Mars Antardasha it is for you to put all your energies, all your efforts in studies. If you are a sportsman, if you are playing sports, if you are doing sports, then you need to fight for the ultimate prize, to win, not to just participate, to put all your energies to excel in the sports, to put all your effort, all your dedication and commitment to achieve, to stand up for the goal that you have, whether in sports, whether in studies, whether a target given to you at work, or to stand up for your honor, to stand up for your family, to stand up for your country, for your society, for your relations, for your friends, and be assertive. Never shy away from speaking out against that which you feel is wrong, against injustice, against those who are out to soil the reputation of those who are close to you, or your friends, or your family, or are out to malign your company, your authority, your bosses, and yourself. So Mars expects you to be a fighter. Mars expects you not to be a doormat. Mars expects you not to bend over your back to please others, but to carry your self-respect, and while being dedicated and committed, yet not sacrificing your goals and what you are out to achieve against or for those who are out to give you some material benefits, but take you away from your targets, and achieving the targets ethically, like a warrior, like a general, like a fighter. If you are timid, if you don't stand by what you truly should be out to achieve and back your targets, then during the Mars Dasha, you will find that you will lose more often. You will be held up more often, and you will not be able to speak out. You will not be able to stand by your own values and your ethics or what your targets are. Target achievement will be more difficult for you. Standing up for your self-respect, standing up for your beliefs, standing up for your values, standing up for your family, standing up for your friends, standing up for your company, standing up for the brand that you work for, standing up for all that is near and dear to you will become difficult, and life will be miserable when you're not able to guard your honor, guard the reputation, stand by a spouse, for example. And so Mars Dasha will hit you, and hit you very strongly. So during the Mars Dasha, ensure that you gather all your energy, all your courage, and fight ethically, but without unfair means, without using unfair or unethical or manipulative means, and fighting like a true soldier, fighting for what is given to you as your target, for honor, for reputation, for your country, and all that you feel is important and is your responsibility.
So friends, look for which dasha is upon you, and during the antardashas prepare yourself very well, because if you don't do that well, then that planet will definitely play the teacher, the father and the boss, and will reprimand you, will pull you down, will demote you, will take away your authority, will take away your self-respect, will take away your earnings, will take away all your material possessions and leave you with almost nothing. However, if the planet is a yoga karaka, the planet is the Lagna lord, they may still give you choices. The planets are not there always to reprimand you and pull you down. The planets will give you choices, will give you opportunities after opportunities. But if there are too many negatives that you have accumulated during the antardasha, then too much of that karmic debt you will have to shed, and the shedding may be so strong, and for such a long of time, the entire dasha you are just giving off the negative energies that you have accumulated. So during the antardashas, don't accumulate negative energy that you have to shed so much during the dasha that you feel completely lost, and the entire dasha is a painful period for you. So friend, this is my analysis of how do you prepare for the dasha of a planet, keeping in mind the energies of the planet, and how what the character, the attitude of the planet is, what is the behaviors the planet expects from you, and in which direction the planet wants to behave in, and how accordingly the antardashas are the ones where you prepare accordingly, and if possible, entire life lead a life of ethics, character, morality, responsibility, accountability, self-respect, working for others, serving others, taking the right decisions, depending on wisdom, being large-hearted. Then all the dashas will not reprimand you, they will will reward you more and pull you down less. So friends, this is my analysis about how you prepare for the dashas of various planets. Please like this video, please share this video, and if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel. If you are looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me at the links given below in the description box. Until we meet some other time, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.